Welcome to the Archaeological Museum of Salamis. It was here that the famous battle between the Persians and the Greeks took place, the naval battle. So let's look at the items. Aeschylus. Oh, you sons of Hellenes, free your native land, free your children, your wives, the temples of your father's gods, and the tombs of your ancestors. Now you are fighting for all you have. Oi, oi, oi. This is in ancient Greek. This is ancient Greek. This is the modern Greek translation. Oi, 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 oi. So after Thermopylae, the Persian army and navy headed south, plundering and burning the cities which resisted. The Greek army waited, gathered on Salamis. There was a strong disagreement regarding the location where the battle should take place. Themistocles insisted on choosing the Straits of Salamis, and he did not even hesitate to take recourse to some tricks in order to have his plan carried out. It was the dawn of the 28th or 29th September to 480 BC. Success was deceived, and in the middle of the night prepared his fleet for attacking. Instead, however, of catching the Greeks unprepared, it was the Persians, those who were taken by surprise. But they expected to see the opponents flee. They heard the trumpets and the military anthems sounding, "Ahead of you, ahead, all you children of the Hellenes." The Greek fleet counted about 300 ships, whereas the Persian one more than 1,000. However, the superiority of the Persians was neutralized by the Greek strategic prowess. Every detail was important and had to be taken carefully into account. The morning breeze made the sturdy Persian ships vacillate, and the arrows of the archers to miss their target. So there was a mist or breeze. The narrow space did not allow the Persians to make full use of their power, and thus both fleets fought with equal number of ships on the front line. The Greeks placed their strongest forces, namely the Spartans, the Athenians and the Aegeans, on the flanks, facing the most worthy mariners of the Persians, namely the Phoenicians and the Ionians. Thus, when after a lengthy and ambivalent fight, the Athenians prevailed over their opponents, the triremes headed towards the center. The balance had already tilted towards the Greeks. Hooray, hooray, hooray. So, hooray, hooray, hooray.
Tässä on luettu koulussa Salaminan meritaistelusta.
Joo. So this is a good summary of this. A good summary of this battle. And let's see here. Pediment can still oi, oi, oi. And this is fragment of Hermite steel, Malsko inscribed. Oi, 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 from Ampeliki. So let me see this one. Meteorological relief. Copy of the meteorological relief in the Piraeus Museum. It was built into the Aios Demetrius chapel at Vasilika. Okay. I think is how long your hands to measure length, I think. And that was the foot, I think. Interesting. Here is actually the hand. How the Greeks measured things. This is a hope, I think it's a shield. Marble steel with the relief representation of hoplite. The shield and a small part of the thigh are preserved. Oi. It's a huge, not very realistic because it's too heavy and to be carried in a battle. But it's from tombstone, I think. Here is a battle. Having participated in the battle of Salamis, Aeschylus poetically immortalized the great triumph of the Greeks against the Persians. In his tragedy entitled Persians, Aeschylus described the dawn of the 28th or 29th of September 480 BC as announcing the twilight of Persian rule over Greece. After the Persian victories at Thermopylae and Artemision and the burning of Athens by Xerxes, the threat of Persian rule in Greece was imminent. Both the ancient sources and modern historiography stress the significance of the Greek victory, which they attribute both to the Greeks' zeal, bravery and self-sacrifice, and to the industrious Themistocles. The Athenian general succeeded in imposing his choice of place, time and military tactics on the other chiefs, particularly Eurybiades of Lacedaemon. Instead of the open sea near the isthmus, Themistocles favored the narrow pass between Salamis and Attica, where the Greek fleet, which consisted of fewer and lighter craft, could maneuver more easily than the Persian ships. According to Themistocles' plan, the Greek ships retreated and in doing so encircled the enemy fleet and attacked from the side. Themistocles' plan succeeded thanks to the intelligence provided by Aristides, who identified the enemy's exact position the night before. Thus, Xerxes lost the advantage of surprise and proportion. History pictures him sitting on his makeshift throne atop a rise at Perama. So Xerxes was on the island of Perama. And here we have the island of Perama. Today we took the boat from Perama. Watching in stunned silence, not the expected triumph, but the inconceivable destruction of his great multi-ethnic fleet. 1,200 Persian triremes and 300,000 men against 380 Greek triremes and 85,000 men. 200 ships lost to the Persians, 40 to the Greeks. And numerous Persian corpses washed ashore, while Aristides annihilated the select Persian guard at Psittaleia. In the end, the Battle of Salamis is a major event in world history. Things might have turned out differently, however, had not the sheltered island Salamis, again through Themistocles' wise intervention, become an Athenian naval base and a refuge for the Athenians, who hastily fled their city before the marching Artemis of Xerxes. Xerxes mobilized his fleet, so the blue ones are Greeks. Xerxes mobilized his fleet during the night and blocked both the straits between Kinosaura and Attica and that of Megara. The greater part of the Persian fleet entered the Salamis Straits silently, moved towards the Gulf of Eleusis. There's Megaris. Okay. And then, so the closest spot is Kinosaura from the island. I use Georgios is this mini my mini island. The Persian fleet was drawn up in a line approximately 6 kilometers long, beginning at the entrance of the Gulf of Eleusis. So there was his throne in Berama. The Greek fleet emerged directly opposite, nearer to Salamis, as follows: the Spartans at the west, Spartans there, with the Aeginetes next to them, opposite the Ionians, and the Athenians on the east, and opposite the Phoenicians. The ships on the Greek cities lined up between those of Athens and Aegina. And these blue ones, again the Greeks, and they encircle. On Eurippia's signal, the Greek fleet moved against the Persians. Following Themistocles' plan, the ships reached the middle of the straits, then began to slowly retire, their prow always facing the enemy. The blow was a success. The Persians were drawn to a narrow spot between the islet of Aios Yorgos and the Kinosora promontory. So they were here earlier. The ancient battle was relentless, with both sides sharing the advantage at first. The scale tipped in favor of the Greeks when the Athenian triremes advanced into the enemy field, repelled the Phoenicians, and managed a serious blow to the Persian fleet center. Xerxes is there, now the Greeks are there. Before the danger of being encircled by the enemy, the Persian fleet retired hastily, the frontline ships ramming those behind them in the effort to flee. It was a panic.
Onko toi joku kiinni?
Joo, on. It's a shield, yes.
Mikä?
Kilpi, joo. Joo, I think it's from Tombstone.
Sen ei sitä kukaan voi pitää ylhäällä, sen täytyy olla jotenkin kiinni jossain.
Joo, pitää paikkansa. It's correct. It was not for practical use in war, but it was a monumentti. Yes.
Okei, monumental.
Because you see, it's so huge. Like it is huge. It is. You cannot hold it in battle because it's complete marble.
Haluatko sä kuvan susta?
No, ei se tarvitse. But you see, it's huge. Very heavy. I can suppose it's many kilos. So it's like it would be more like fitting for a. It's what do you call it? Honorary to celebrate the victory. It's not for practical use. You cannot.
No,
They didn't have shields of marble.
Missähän sitä on pidetty? Olisiko se ollut jossain seinällä tai jossain?
Yes, I would guess it was perhaps on a wall. In a temple. I would guess it was perhaps in a temple. Ampelekia. It was painted. Let me see. It's a huge, very heavy also. So that's everything from here. Battle of Salamis. Grateful, very grateful, always grateful.